Hey guys, this is Kat. So in this video today, what I wanted to actually talk about is my views on spirituality as a part of mundane life, or as a part of daily life, in other words. So one of the ways that I actually kind of managed to get some of that spiritual good stuff into my daily life is by practicing mindfulness. And this is something that I learned through Zen Buddhism. And I know a lot of people, regardless of whatever religion they practice, a lot of people find that mindfulness is really helpful. It actually helps you to enjoy some of those more mundane activities a lot more, because those things become like therapeutic processes and meditations in themselves. Like, you don't have to be sitting there staring at a candle flame or up at clouds rolling by to be having a beautiful meditative moment. It can be happening anytime in your life. And then also in terms of Wicca, like my strong reverence for nature, that really plays into my daily life, because I'm making this video right now outside in a park. And, this that I'm showing you right now is something that I want to see every single day. And when I make a point of getting out and seeing this every day, that really helps me to stay grounded and centered, much more than doing any amount of like rituals or spells or prayer or meditation ever would. Like, I'm sitting outside in a park right now, and I've got, my feet are bare, my son's beside me. Like, I just feel like I'm in heaven right now, and all I'm doing is just sitting in the park. And usually what I do is I go for a little walk before I come and settle down in this little spot. And unfortunately you can hear sounds of traffic, but this is where I've been making a lot of my videos recently, because to me there's just no other place that makes me feel more connected. And honestly, my videos are better when I'm sitting somewhere that just makes me feel at one with myself and with the universe. And you don't have to go to a fancy place. You can work it into your daily life. And a few years ago, I really struggled with depression and anxiety. And I learned, especially through the experience of when I was healing from my eating disorder, and then also when I was pregnant, I learned through those two experiences, because of the circumstances I was going through, that I kind of had to slow down. And I kind of wanted to take a moment and use this video to kind of appeal to anyone out there who deals or suffers or struggles with anxiety and depression, either one or both of them at the same time. Because both of those things have been interchangeably issues for me in my life. And I find that one of the best things for that is to do the two things that I talked about already in this video. Just to practice the practice of slowing the thoughts down so that you actually have spaces in between them, and then kind of parting them and saying, okay, I'm in this moment right now, and this is where my thoughts need to be. And then also having that time outside every single day. Just 10 minutes of getting outside a day can just make such an incredible change for your mindset and for your spirit. So I just very much so encourage people to do that. And especially if you can go somewhere that's green. It doesn't have to be out in the country, just anywhere that has like some sort of natural scenery. So the next thing that I wanted to mention is how my speech is definitely affected by my spirituality. So I definitely believe that words have power, but most importantly that we are the source of the power behind those words. And when I talk to someone, I try to say things that, one, I actually mean, two, that are kind. Even if I'm giving criticism or standing up for myself, I try not to make it more personal than it needs to be, or more damaging than it needs to be. And three, I try to make it something that's meaningful. Like something, whether it's just a funny remark or something that I'm trying to say from my, full heart. I try to make everything I say meaningful. So if I'm going to say something that just has no point at all, I try to catch myself and not say it. Because sometimes those moments of silence in life are what we actually need. You know, like we don't always have to be making small talk or giving hollow compliments or giving hollow criticism. Sometimes in life, the best thing that we can do is sit and honor the silence between two individuals, and within those moments, like, some of the greatest insights can be made. So my speech is definitely affected by my spirituality, because I do believe that words have magic and power to them, and that when we speak words, I believe that we are actually wielding the power behind them and that energy.
Are you having fun? Are you having fun playing?
And this brings me to my next point, is playfulness and laughter and smiling and being silly and just stepping outside of that serious part of yourself. To me, that's like so important in being a spiritual person, and we often like forget about that. I think there's like a whole practice of yoga that's based around just laughing and laughter. Yeah, and you love smiling, don't you? Yeah, you do. Have you got a smile for mommy? Have you got a smile for mommy? Do you? Have you got? Yeah, there we go. That's for everybody on YouTube too, right? Yeah. So yeah, don't forget, guys. I think we can all agree we always feel good after a good laugh. And people always talk about the therapeutic release in crying, but I feel like laughter too is a form of release, a huge, deep, resounding form of release for the emotions and even pent-up emotions. It can have the same effect, especially if you're going through a hard time in life. It's sometimes harder to take time to laugh and do things that are fun, or to even get out and just be with your friends. But when you do, you just feel so much better, don't you? And being a balanced person, having that balance to your life, even when you're going through times of struggle, is a really big part of maintaining my spiritual energy and strength, so that I have the optimism and the energy and the motivation to do spells and rituals and stuff like that in my spiritual side of life. Yeah. Have you got your ball? So yeah, those are my main thoughts on bringing the spiritual side of life into the mundane aspect of daily living and all those activities that we do every single day. I think one of the reasons why people refer to it, why people refer to daily life as the daily grind is because if you get too wound up in it and you don't take breaks from it, it can kind of feel like, a grind, like something that wears you down over time and makes you smaller and smaller. And, we don't want that to happen. You got to take time to develop all the areas of your life, including, like I said, laughter and being present, getting outside in nature. Also your intuition, tapping into your intuition, and making sure to listen to that little voice inside of you. And if for some reason that little voice is really faint, asking yourself what it is that you've been doing that's kind of fogging you from being able to see your true desires and to feel your true needs. Yeah. Wow, you really want to be picked up, don't you? Do you want to be picked up? Do you want to be picked up? Yeah, I thought so. Do you just want to give a big old hug to everybody on YouTube? Is that what you want to do? Do you just wish you could give a big old hug to everyone on YouTube and say hi to all your friends? Yeah. Alright, well, those were the main things I wanted to cover in this video about bringing spirituality into everyday life. And yeah, there's like so much more I could say on this, but those were just the main things that I know I really make a point of doing, like, honestly, for myself. And so that's the stuff that I feel like I should share with you right now. Wishing you all love, light, and many blessings, everybody. Thanks for checking out my video.